I don't think you'll achieve your dreams. Not because you aren't smart enough and not because you don't have enough time. Definitely not because someone else is holding you back. I don't think you're going to achieve them because you're addicted to your own potential. That supercar, you love thinking about driving it. That business, you love telling yourself you're going to start it. The body, you love imagining what it'll look like. That city you've always wanted to move to, you already know which apartment you would rent. The problem is, you've started confusing imagining your future with building it, and that's dangerous. Because imagining your dream life feels really good, almost too good. There's something strangely comforting about thinking about the person you're going to become. I'll start next month. I'll get serious after summer. I'm going to apply for those jobs. I'm finally going to lock in. Every time you say those words, it feels like progress. Not because anything actually changed, but because for a brief moment, you got to experience the version of yourself that already did. You got the feeling without earning the reality. And eventually, you became addicted to that feeling. Not because you're lazy, because it's comfortable. Thinking is comfortable. Talking is comfortable. Planning is comfortable. Doing isn't. Doing is boring. Doing is repetitive. Doing is lonely. Doing is waking up before work. Doing is sending another email that never gets answered. Doing is going to the gym when nobody's noticed you've been consistent for 3 months. Doing is making your 15th video when the first 14 barely got watched. That's what living your potential actually feels like. And honestly, it isn't nearly as glamorous as imagining it. The scary part is, this addiction doesn't even look like one. It looks responsible. It looks productive. You spend hours researching businesses you'll never start, watching motivational videos you'll forget by tomorrow, designing logos before you've even made your first dollar, planning the perfect workout instead of just lifting, buying another notebook, another productivity app, another course, another plan. You convince yourself you're getting closer, when in reality, you've just gotten better preparing. Preparation has a funny way of disguising itself as progress, and sometimes it is, but a lot of the time, it's just fear wearing a nicer outfit. I do think there's another reason people get addicted to their own potential. Potential is safe, reality is not. As long as your dream only exists in your head, it can't fail. You can always tell yourself you would have been successful. You could have started the business. Yeah, you could have gotten jacked. You could have written the book. You could have moved across the country. You could have. You could have. Potential protects your ego. Action tests it. And that's terrifying. Because the second you actually start, you might realize you're not very good. At least not yet. You stop being the person who has potential. You become the beginner, the amateur, the person who makes mistakes, the person nobody notices yet. And most people would rather protect the fantasy than risk the reality. For a while, I was exactly this person. I'd watch YouTube video after YouTube video, just like this one: how to change your life, how to finally realize your potential, how to stop quitting. And every single time, I arrived at the same fact. There's no secret, no hidden pill, no silver bullet. Just act. Act. Please, for the love of God, just act. That's genuinely everything. The same thing happened to me in the gym. I got there fast enough, but there was a long stretch where I just wanted to find the perfect schedule first, the most optimal split, the exact right program. I still lift science-based. I'm not saying that stops mattering, but you have to cut out the stretch where you're just waiting for the version of yourself you wish would show up, and instead, actually make him show up. Here's the part nobody talks about though. Potential has an expiration date. When you're 16, I could feels exciting. When you're 22, I could still feels hopeful. When you're 40, I could start sounding just a little bit different. One day, I could becomes I could've. That's what regret actually is. Not failure, it's just potential that never became reality. So how do you stop being addicted to your own potential? Honestly, you don't. You just stop letting it drive the car. Your potential should be the destination, not the vehicle. It's okay to dream and it's okay to visualize your future. I actually think that's really important. Just don't confuse visualization with movement because they aren't the same thing. A dream without action is entertainment. A dream with action becomes possibility. Here's what I would suggest. First, stop announcing every goal. Not because success loves silence, it's because action does. You don't need to tell everyone what you're about to do. Just go do it. Let your work introduce itself. Second, when you catch yourself imagining your future, ask one question. What would that version of me be doing right now? Not tomorrow, not Monday, right now. And then go do that, even if it's only for 15 minutes. Finally, fall in love with the boring part, not the destination, and not the applause, not the dream, the work. Because if you can genuinely learn to enjoy the repetition, you stop needing motivation. You stop needing validation. You stop needing to constantly imagine a better future. You're finally building it so you don't have to. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you do get the car, the business, the body, the house, whatever it is you actually want. But if you ever do, it won't be because you spent years imagining it. It'll be because one day you stopped being addicted to your potential and finally decided to live up to it. See you in the next one.